Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how I make banana fritters. I know this isn't a normal video I would normally post, but I thought this would be fun. So I'm from the Caribbean and this is how we make our pancakes. So I am just going to show you guys everything you'll need. So you're going to need obviously bananas ripened, and it would even be better if they're have the little brown spots on them, or a good indicator that they're ripe is as soon as you pick it up it instantly breaks, as you're gonna see right here. When I pick it up, it just comes off the stem immediately. So you're going to need, for this recipe, you're gonna need flour, you're gonna need vanilla essence, you're gonna need cinnamon, you're going to need sugar, preferably brown, and then cooking oil. I use virgin olive oil. And you're going to need a fork. A fork is better to turn them over with, because you gotta lift them up to see if they're brown. And you're gonna need a plate with some paper towel on there to absorb the oils from the pancakes. So depending on how many pancakes you think you would want to make, you're gonna need to put enough bananas in there so that you can get the certain amount that you want. I don't really want a lot, so I only use 3, and I like my pancakes to actually like taste like the bananas. So when you're gonna put in the flour also, you don't want to like overdo it with the flour. I normally put like half of the amount in there, but let me not get ahead of myself. So as you see, I am just squishing the bananas, and I like to do this until they're in a paste. You really want to do this until they're in a paste because it's gonna mix better. I hate, when some people make them and you have the big clumps of bananas in there, and I just think that's so gross. I prefer when it's in a paste so that I can really mix it in with the flour and the ingredients, and you just don't, can tell when you're chewing on it or eating it, you're just not eating clumps of bananas. So as you can see, I basically did it into a fine paste, as fine as I could get it. And then afterwards, what I like to do, I like to add in sugar, mix that in, and it's gonna start to be like really sweet. You're gonna smell it. It's gonna smell kind of strong, but a good scent though. And I normally, with the ingredients, I everything. I don't really measure everything down to a T. I really don't. I just estimate. So I put 5 scoops, and then after I mix that in, I'm gonna add in the vanilla essence, and I like to go I go a little too much with the vanilla essence and the cinnamon, only because I just want to taste like the different flavors in the pancakes, and I feel like they really bring them out, and it also gives them like a really sweet scent. It's gonna, oh my god, when you start frying them, it's gonna like smell up your house, and it's gonna smell so good. So I kind of go overboard with the vanilla essence and the cinnamon a little bit, but trust me, it's gonna be really, really good. And you can see how I'm just mixing them in. I'm going real ham, like real aggressive when I'm mixing them, because I just really want the ingredients like just really paste like it's like a liquid now, because I want, when I put in the flour and I put in the water and everything, it's just a good consistency. And like I said, I don't want any clumps in my batter, so I just go real aggressive with the stirring and the mixing. So, like I said, I don't really measure everything down to a T. I just judge it. If I normally put half the amount, how to explain this to you guys? So, depending on how much bananas I use, I don't want to put too much flour. So, I would put like, I guess, half the amount of flour that I would normally put if it was just pancakes alone, because you can do this without bananas. But again, I want to taste the banana, so I wouldn't really overdo it with the flour. So this bowl is a measuring bowl. Inside it said 2 cups, so you want to put like 1 cup of flour, or like maybe a cup and a half. So you don't want to overdo with the flour. When you're adding in the water, and it looked like I put a lot, but you're gonna see I'm gonna keep adding. So you want to add a little at a time until you build it up to like the consistency that you want. You don't really want it too watery, and you don't want it thick either, because it's gonna taste horrible. You want it at a good consistency. You want it, obviously you're gonna want it in a paste, but you don't want it too like liquidy that it doesn't, when you fry it, it doesn't hold up or anything. So you don't want your batter too thick, and you don't want it too watery. So you have to just keep adding in until you get the right consistency. And guys, when you reach to the part when you have to be stirring in the ingredients with the water, it's really tough to stir. Like, I had to use a lot of arm strength to mix the water in. It's gonna be really tough. That's why you see me mix it in so aggressively also, because it's really tough to stir. And also, again, I like my batter, I like it a nice consistency, and I want everything blended in real good. Trust me, you're gonna want all of this blended in real good. After I blend it in, I like to add a little more vanilla essence and cinnamon. You don't have to, I guess, but I normally do. And I would add like 1 scoop of sugar. I would suggest, because I like mine's a little sweet, but not too sweet that you don't taste the bananas. But you can do this. Just add a little more. And it will bring out the taste more, because I feel like during all that mixing stage, kind of lost the flavors of the cinnamon and the vanilla essence. So I like to add it back, at the end to get it back in. So you can definitely do this. So you see here now, I am testing the consistency to see if it's a consistency that I like. And to me, this is good, but I still added a little more water, just a little bit. I'm just really good at judging the amount needed. I don't know. I'm just really good at this. So I felt like it needed us a little bit more water. I feel that's like the perfectionist in me. So I added a little bit more water to get it a little bit thinner. And I feel like this is a perfect consistency. It's not too thick and it's not too watery. It's like a great consistency, and that's the consistency that you want for your pancakes. So guys, you see I have my frying pan, everything here. This is the first time I'm using a stove like this. So I took me a minute to just get the temperature and everything right. When you're frying the pancakes, you're gonna want to fry it, I guess, medium high. depending on how fast you want them done. But I feel like you want the temperature, you don't want it too high because you can burn them. So like a medium high, so that it cooks, you know, properly. You want it to be cooked properly, so you don't want it too high that it burns and it cooks too fast. So you want to probably put it on a medium high, but you don't want it too low that it takes forever, trust me. So I'm just here playing with the temperature because it's my first time using this, and after a while, a little bit, I got the hang of it. So you see the amount I have here in the pan. You don't have to do them this big. I actually overdid it with the scoops. I really do, but I just prefer mine's like this. But you don't have to, and you can even do 2 smaller scoops and kind of spread them out so you can get them a little thinner. And then I like to fry mine's brown and kind of crunchy around edges. I like them crunchy, but how I'm doing them here now, they're gonna be crunchy around the edge and softer in between, in the middle, which isn't bad. They'll still taste really good, but I prefer them a little more crunchy. Again, you don't have to do them this big. I prefer them this big, but you don't have to. You can do them smaller and just spread them out. So you're gonna want to make sure you have enough oil in the pan. I'm not accustomed to frying with this kind of pan, the non-stick ones. I find the older ones are better for frying this, but they still came out really good. You want to make sure there's enough oil in the pan, because normally in the other type of frying pans, if it starts to dry out, they don't really fry as good. So you want to make sure you have enough oil in there, but not too much oil. I know it looks like it's a lot of oil. It kind of is, but they still were able to come out really good, which I'll show you guys in the end. But you just want to make sure, if you're not using a non-stick, you're using the other kind of frying pans, you want to make sure there's enough oil, and when you're running out of oil, you want to add back so that they fry properly. So you're gonna want to keep an eye on them. You don't want to step away too long from them, especially if the heat is kind of high. Even at the medium high temperature, you want to keep a close proximity to your pancakes because you don't want them to burn. And that's why you saw I just lifted up to see, you know, how cooked it is, and you're gonna want to do that so you don't burn them. And that's basically it. That's how you do them, and you just repeat the process. And like I said, you don't have to do them this big. You can do them smaller. I would do 2 smaller scoops and spread them out, but I prefer them like this. So these are how they came out, guys. I used the extra oil to fry my turkey bacon and then my scrambled eggs. I didn't thought to show you guys, I don't know why. But thanks again for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. Bye.